So today is our week 2 officially. All right, so week 2 is about visualization. So visualization is huge because when we kind of lose our drive, our motivation, we need something that's going to bring us back to where our focus is. And having something to look at is very powerful. Statistically, it's just been proven that a dream board, vision board of some sort is going to keep you on track. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. All right. So I hope that all of you take my advice and either download the audio, purchase the CDs, or buy the book, hopefully soon, called The Secret. The Secret is about this concept. And this is how I learned how powerful it truly is. So what they'll talk about is to think of the things that you want to achieve in life, whether they are as small and silly as possible. You want to put those on your dream board. I'm going to show you right now that there are things on my dream board that I don't want to forget that I want out of my life. And they are things that may not be what my focus are right now, but they're things that I want to eventually get to. So I can't flip over my, but here is one of them. This is something that I have thought I've been wanting to do my whole life, is to learn the guitar. And the interesting thing about dream boards is they can manifest things into your life that you don't expect. And so here's a little secret about the guitar that's on my dream board. My son woke up one day and said he wants to learn the guitar. And guess what? He is rocking that guitar. Guess what? It makes me feel the same way that as if I were learning it. Because I'm going to talk about the dream board that I created when I first started Scentsy. And it was something very simple, guys. I didn't have a very big house. I didn't have a lot of resources, like extra money to even go buy a poster board. So what I did is I used what I had. But what I want you guys to understand is how powerful the process of making your vision board is. Very faithful in your faith of the Lord. Some of you love to meditate, and that helps you kind of just clear your mind and visualize what your day is or what you want out of life. And some of you just, maybe not even some meditation, maybe it's just for you to go somewhere in silence and really just be still. And the idea is for you to be very quiet with your thoughts and let your thoughts come to you, and intentionally think about, what do I want out of this? Where do I want out of life? Where do I want to go? And start letting your mind go to wherever it wants to go. Let your mind tell you what your heart needs. And when you're intentional, you'll start to realize that these things don't pop into your mind because they're impossible. It's because they are possible. And start jotting those things down when you're done, writing down thoughts of what are things you want out of your life. And they may not be objects, they may be feelings. Like, I want to feel satisfied. I want to feel confident. I want to feel loved, so you can see them. What am I striving for? So for instance, if your word, let's just say patience, when you start to react to something in a different way that's not patient, it's going to lasso you back and pull you back in and go, wait a minute, that's not what my intentions were, right? My goals are to be patient, especially in this situation. And it kind of brings you back, and then you're going to stop and ask yourself, how else can I respond to this situation? Is there a better way? And guess what? Your life is going to start to change immediately, because your attitude and your responses are going to change. which is going to change the results of each circumstance. Do you guys see what I'm getting at? Is that it's a mindset change. It's a mindset change. It is. Once you change your mindset and say, this is what I want to be and I will be, you're going to start changing your reactions to things and your results are going to be different. They always say you can't get new results with the same actions, right? You can't be doing the same thing over and over again and acting the same way, speaking the same way if you want different results in your life. So I want you to think about what your why. You sent in your why to your director, you posted it on this page for points, or you wrote it for yourself and you have it, I hope, in your Get Your Angel Wings binder. Well, what does it look like? What does that why look like? So I'd like you to start looking in magazines and just everywhere you go to see, maybe you could start taking pictures of things that represent that why. And then what I did when I first joined is I just printed those pictures out and I glued them onto a piece of paper because that's all I could afford. If you have the resources or the finances to be able to go and get a big, huge poster board, I recommend that as well, because the more room you have, the bigger you can dream, right? And you could see it better. So what do you see? I want those things to be put on your board. What will you feel like when you achieve those things? So a picture of a person, yay! Find a picture of somebody that is going to be reacting the way you will when you achieve those goals. What does it smell like? Maybe you're striving to get your brand new car. When I started Scentsy, we only had one car, guys, and it was hard because Mitch would take the car to work every day, and so I had like this much opportunity to actually get out of my house and do what I needed to do. Right? I either had to walk everywhere I went, which I don't think a lot of people know that. Okay, which also didn't give me a lot of room to go to a lot of places. And if I didn't, if I had to go somewhere further, I had to wait till he got home from work and I had to schedule it for when he got home from work. So a lot of people think that my fast success in 4 months of becoming a director is because I had all the resources to make it just so simple. That was so not the case, guys. I just didn't let them become excuses. I had a vision of buying my own car. And so in the movie or the video or the book that you read, The Secret, it talks about what will the steering wheel feel like in your hands? Start to visualize and feel yourself actually in the seat of the car, of the driver's seat. What does it smell like? Do you want leather seats? Do you smell the brand new car with leather seats? That's what I want you to be thinking about when you're doing your meditation or your praying or your silent, still moments, whatever, while you're thinking about what you're going to be doing to build your dream board. And if you know exactly what car you want, go to the car dealership and sit yourself in there so you can physically feel what it's going to feel like to hold that steering wheel, to smell that car, to be in that car. The more real you make it, the more real it will become. Okay. What does it sound like? When I attended my very first Scentsy family reunion in 2011, okay, I saw a consultant on stage talking about her, why did she join, where the Scentsy business has taken her, and given me some of the best tips that I could have gotten at that moment in time in my business. So what did that do for me? It made me visualize, I want to be on stage one day, sharing my story, sharing tips that'll hopefully help somebody in the audience to dream big and show them that it's possible, that if you dream and visualize, it can happen. Guess what, guys? I went home and I put a picture of a dream of a Scentsy family reunion, which was the one that I went to because it's the only one I saw. I took a picture of that stage, I put it on my dream board, and I visualized myself on stage. And I thought about the sound of the crowd when I walked on stage. And I'm about to cry because I remember how powerful that was, you guys. And in 2015, I got a phone call from Jason Hardwood saying, do you want to share your story on stage? And I fell to my knees and I skinned my knees and hurt myself because I was in so much shock that visualization was so powerful that it made my dream come true. That not only my business was doing amazing things and I was accomplishing things for me, but I was accomplishing things that people in the company were seeing, and they wanted me to share and be an example to all of you. So that's how powerful visualization is. That's how powerful putting that on your dream board can be. And I'm going to share with you one more powerful example of the dream board. I have so many, but I'm going to share with you another. When I was making my dream board, and I know this is going a little bit over, but these are so important for you guys to understand how powerful this is. And putting time to do this. A lot of you have told me, Jess, I know I need to do a dream board, and I keep forgetting, and I keep putting it off. Make it a priority, you guys. This is an assignment to you to get this done. Okay, share the dream board with us so we could see it, so we can see your vision and help you along on how to achieve it. When I was thinking about, I want to travel. When I first started Scentsy, before I earned my first trip, before I went to Texas, even though Texas was only a drive away, it was still, I never been anywhere before Scentsy, you guys. Anywhere. Except for the places I lived was the only places I've ever been, okay? I was like, where would I want to go if I could go anywhere in the world? And I was flipping through a magazine and I saw this picture of this beautiful place. It had beautiful, beautiful white houses on a mountain and the ocean right next to it. And I didn't even know where it was. I don't know how. It must have said it somewhere on the paper, but all I was focused on was that photo of where that place was. You know what, guys? That's how powerful visualization is that yes, if you know the destination, put it down. If you know that you want to go to Italy, find a word that says Italy or get the letters and spell it out. But for me, I didn't even know where that place was. I just know I wanted to be there. Okay, so I put that picture on my poster board, you guys, on my vision board. Do you know that in 2014, I earned an all expenses paid trip for myself and my husband to Greece. And do you know that I stood in that very spot where that photographer took that picture, and I was standing there, and I eventually started bawling because I realized I was standing in that spot. And I said, this is on my dream board, babe. I visualized coming to this spot. I didn't know where it was, but it was it's Greece. It's Greece. And it made everything so much more powerful. So that was my first moment of how powerful, because 2015 came later, right, guys? So sometimes you may have a vision and you don't know why you have it, but still own it. Something is making you feel that in your heart, that it's something that's supposed to be in your life. So even if you think like I don't even know what that's about. Why did my mind just take me there? What is that? If you believe in the Lord, I say that the Lord is putting it there because he's helping you visualize to show you what's possible. If you don't believe in the Lord, it's your own mind is showing you what's possible because your mind is that powerful. Because your mind doesn't know the difference between what's possible and it's not. You're the one that tells it. Okay? So think about, where do you want to go? What do you want to feel? What do you want to see? What do you want to do? And put it on this paper, on this poster board, whatever you do. And believe that it's possible. The last thing I'm going to say to you, it doesn't matter if people understand what that picture is about. It's as long as you understand it and it makes sense to you, that's all that counts. Make time in your week to do this vision board. It's work, but as you can tell, just two examples of how your life can change if you do this vision board. Hey guys, I almost forgot to give you your word. The word for the week is stop. Stop procrastinating and get going on your dream board. All right, email your director and the word so you could be entered into our drawing and get an additional drawing entry by posting it on your dream board on our group page. Have a sensational day. Bye.